Great. Okay. A very good evening to everyone. Monday, June the 5th, and we've got a very exciting call coming up today. So thank you very much for joining. And we've got a lot of things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the Gatwick training coming up. We're going to be talking about all the events and incentives and a number of different tools. So it's going to be very important we really sort of take notes and also be ready to ask any questions that you feel you may have. And if you could put that on the chat box at the side, you'll see it in the bottom. Then we can cover those probably more towards the end. I think that's probably the best. But anyway, let's get started straight away. And Gordon, if you're there, hello. And if you could just take us through the upcoming Gatwick training.
Okay, so are you going to put people on mute?
I can put people on mute. Yeah. Let me just do that. Yeah, and if you've got unmute yourself.
And we're recording it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, good evening, everybody. And James, thanks for that introduction. So the first thing we're going to talk about is this coming event in Gatwick this Sunday. So it's at the Aurora Hotel, and it's a joint venture, really, between our own group and principally Jeff Montague-Smith and obviously his upline, which includes Nikki Tolson and Birgit Planger. And we're focusing very much on, if you like, our systems, the way that we work. And I think, from what James and I and Michelle gather, these guys are the closest to the way in which we operate as well. The last time they ran this meeting was amazing success. We had such a great response from it. And I really do encourage you all, if you haven't got a ticket, to get there. But also the most important thing, get there if you can with your best prospect, because anyone coming to this event, I promise you, after Sunday, they'll be in the business. They'll get everything. And the way that I'm pitching this to some of my prospects, if you like, and Michelle and I are still kind of, pitching frontline, as you'll be glad to know, we're actually telling them that this is the place to get all the information, to create a vision as to where you want your business to go before you join. So it's a very, very important event. James and I are going to be speaking, and Michelle's going to be speaking. We've got a whole host of amazing speakers, including Carol Wilcox. We've got Birgit Planger. We've got Mark Hudson, who is the social media guru, who has probably been instrumental in taking the Rhino Group to the success that they had using social media. And we're very privileged to actually have him down. And he's going to be obviously talking about his top tips for social media and what we should be doing. So I really encourage you all, if you kind of can, and it's free. If you can't, then whatever you're doing, cancel and come along anyway. And I got to say that 26 years in the business, it was coming along to these events that built my business. And I saw it as a bit of a kind of university degree. Let's kind of get the knowledge that will give me the confidence to go out there and build the business. So I'm excited about not just participating, but I'm excited about kind of going there and meeting all the people, the new people that are there. I believe we've got spare capacity for sure, and it's going to be a really, really good event. So there we go. Thanks, James.
Well, thank you very much. And can you just remind us what the tickets are? I know I bought mine online.
Yeah, £27.
Yeah.
Which starts at, registrations at 10 o'clock, and it starts promptly at 11. It will go on to 1 o'clock. There's an hour's break, and it will finish at 4. And the setup within the actual kind of hotel itself, we're going to have round tables of 8. So you can actually get your team there or some of your team there.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, and you can really kind of share the day with them and make the most out of it. And obviously, networking with other people and other distributors that are going to be there is crucial as well. And you can actually kind of meet a lot of new people. And we're looking forward to meeting some of the new people that have, moved off to a new position and created, fast track positions for themselves in the last couple of months. So yeah, all very exciting.
Well done. Well done. I think, sorry, Michelle, go on.
I was just going to say, tea and coffee is included in that price. Lunch isn't. And so I'd say either bring your lunch, bring a shake, bring a bar, or prepare something to bring with you. Or there is a Costa Coffee, about a 5-minute walk away. You can walk into the town and there's places, but there is only an hour for lunch. So it might be good to bring something with you.
I've got to say, I absolutely love what you've said there. Get all the info to create a vision. For where you would want to take this. I think that's absolutely fantastic because, so often people don't want just lots of information, do they? I mean, it's exciting to get a vision, to feel that people are really moving forward into something really exciting. And I think you've framed that perfectly.
Thank you, James.
Yeah, it's so much to do with the words that we speak, isn't it? The words that we say that really inspire people. All right, so let's move on now. And I'm just going to talk about some of the other upcoming events. And we are doing, I think, some very, very exciting things now. No, not that we always haven't, but we are constantly changing, constantly evolving, and constantly improving everything that we're doing. So next week on the 15th, June the 15th, we've got a special customer focused event where we've got Peter Pure speaking. So Peter Pure is the UK's #1 exponent about raw food, and he's going to be speaking on his talk, which is called The Amazing Power of Plants, and that's Thursday, June the 15th. And that's going to be at a new venue, which I have just secured, which is the Indigo Hotel, which is an extremely nice hotel in Earl's Court. It's recently been refurbished, and we've got a really wonderful room. And, rather than just sort of running it for everyone else under the sun, which we've been rather doing in the past, I think the key thing now is to start focusing and running it for our own team and our own people. Not that everybody else isn't invited, of course, but we just want to focus on our own team. So the capacity is actually about 30. It takes about 30 people, but it'll be just great. And we just want it really all to be our people. It's not that other people aren't invited, but we want it to be our people. And it's a lovely venue with a great bar, and it's just great. But the best thing of all, it's 1 minute away from Earl's Court Tube Station. And there's free car parking after 6:30, so it's absolutely perfect. And it's not sort of going too far into London. So then, moving on from that, on June the 29th, we'll be back at the Indigo Hotel again, but that we will be more for our product and business presentation. So that will be very good. So we're not going to be at the Millennium for that one. But we are going to be at the Millennium, back at the Millennium, and the plan is really to go back to the Millennium every other month for a big event. So the big one in July the 27th, we've got guest speaker Susie Mitchell. So that's going to be amazing on the 27th of July. So that's a huge one to build for. But prior to that, on July the 8th, we've got the DMO school, which Susie Mitchell is running on Saturday, July the 8th. And that again is at the Millennium. So that will be incredible. I'm pretty sure the tickets are all gone for that now. But it will be an amazing event. I've got tickets. I know Michelle and Gordon, you've got tickets as well, haven't you? So if you can't get tickets online, do come back to us, and we'll do our best to get you in. So a lot of very exciting events coming up, with a view to focusing everybody towards Liverpool, which is obviously coming up in October. So that's really our events that we're running. So the next one is the 15th, next Thursday, at the Indigo Hotel in Earl's Court with Peter Pure. And that's really a customer-focused event, whereas on the 29th, it will be product and business, as we would normally do. Good. So let's move on now. And Michelle, I wonder if you'd be able to tell us about the new Senior Direct incentive that the company is running.
Yeah, I think this is a fantastic incentive. So the company have put this out for everybody. So this is for anybody that isn't yet an SDD, so Senior Direct Distributor. And if you fast track in 1 calendar month, so that means that you need to do your 3,250 points or pounds in the 1 calendar month, which means you will fast track. Not only will you get your bonus, which is £100 the first month, and with reconfirmation it's £200, but the company have got their own incentive whereby they will give everybody that has already bought a ticket for the Liverpool conference, they'll give you another ticket so that you have a ticket to invite a prospect, a guest, somebody in your team that wasn't going to come with your free ticket. So I think that is a really great incentive. We've also got our own incentive running. So for anybody that does the 825 plus 1, the 3 consecutive months, we have a Team Aquila incentive, which would be a spa day. So lots of incentives for in preparation for helping you to get to your next positions, certainly in time for recognition in Liverpool. But the incentive that James was just mentioning, Fast Track SDD for a free conference ticket, providing you already have bought your own conference ticket.
Great. So that's fantastic, Michelle, because that's obviously really focusing everybody's minds on Liverpool.
Yeah.
And encouraging people to do the SDD, particularly over the summer months.
Yeah.
Where, obviously some people would think, oh, well, everybody's going away on holiday. But frankly, people don't go on holiday nearly as much as we think they do. And most people are actually around.
And even if you are on holiday, I always think being on holiday is the perfect opportunity to open your networking.
Yeah.
It gives you a whole new audience, if you like, to talk to.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, absolutely, because it's so lifestyle, isn't it? So there you are on holiday and maybe working as well at the same time, running the business from the pool. Good. All right. So that's great. Thank you very much indeed for that. So some people might not have known about that, but that's really something to go for. And it's always great to be able to go back to existing people and say, by the way, there's something really exciting that I think is going to be perfect for you. And they're going to go, oh, what is that? And then suddenly we can tell them all about these things. And it's the sort of thing that would really get people excited, to move forward on. All right, so now let's move on. And there's something really not just for the people going SDD, but there's also something now that we're working on and developing for the sales coordinators. So Gordon, can you tell us a little bit about that in terms of what we're... So I just want us to go quickly into the sales coordinator, what we're planning just for the sales coordinators so that they can see that there's going to be a program for them to go through to senior sales coordinator.
Okay, yeah, James. So what we have been looking to do, one of the things, just to give you a little bit of history, the Aquila group were instrumental at bringing in the senior sales coordinator position. So when James and I joined way back in the old days, you used to go from sales coordinator to qualifying national marketing director, and it was a big leap. It was quite a huge in terms of jump. And we, as a group, started off the senior sales coordinator interim position, if you like. And what we've actually done now, is the company saw that was a great idea and actually embraced it and took it forward. But we've actually seen that from our own statistics, going from sales coordinator to senior sales coordinator, there is a big jump and there's a big leap, because we go from what's called promo volume, where every PCP that we put through up to sales coordinator will count for the full volume, regardless of how much is paid for it. So it gives you an incentive to get there quickly. However, once you get there, you go from promo volume to pay line volume, which is actually physically paid to the company. And that can be quite hard, because you've got to move up from where you were before to £10,000 worth of pay line volume. And as I said, that can be quite difficult. So what we're looking to do is for all people that are sales coordinators at the moment, we're running a series of interviews just to let them know what has to be done to move into this next level, and we're going to create a group that will perhaps even take a shape of that you can join the group as a bronze sales coordinator, which has got a certain amount of volume. You can then move up to maybe the silver sales coordinator, which is even closer to getting to senior sales, and then the gold sales coordinator, which, you know, you're almost there. And it gives people that incentive. We're going to run some trainings. We're going to do a lot of accountable things that are going to be interesting, because we have to do them ourselves. James and I and Michelle have to do them ourselves. So, you know, we're going to be held to task too. But we hope that by introducing this into our kind of group, we're going to see a number of people coming through from where they are to that new senior sales coordinator. Hopefully some people will pick up the baton and go for it before Liverpool. And that will be so exciting just to see our own team going through. And I know I see some people on the call tonight, Evelina and Harriet, and congratulations, you guys, on moving forward to Senior Direct this last month. And yay, well done. And we'll look forward to seeing you at the weekend and celebrating with you that way. But, you know, our business is very much about recognition. It's very much about giving that extra that you don't normally get in a JOB, a job. And, you know, we're very much keen to make sure that we help enough other people get what they want, so that, you know, you can realize your dreams, as James and I and Michelle have done, you know, with getting that position of National Marketing Director. So that really encompasses what we were talked about, James. Anything more for you to add?
No, I don't think so. I think, you know, this is excellent because, you know, we do realize that, you know, particularly if people go to sales coordinator on a cumulative basis, which is absolutely fine, then, you know, people haven't quite got the momentum to go through to SSC. You know, it is a bit of a divide this between going SC to SSC, but if people can cross that bridge to SSC, you know, you're going to go all the way to NMD. I mean, there's no question in my mind. If you cross the bridge to SSC, you're going to go NMD. So this is the big one. And so we're going to help you in every way we can to strategize, to get your structure right, but most importantly, to help you to understand what your DMO needs to be to get there. And any person on the call can make it. Any person on the call can make a national marketing director. There's no question. Most of the time, people don't make it. It's because they just don't know what to do, and they just get stuck. And then they get disillusioned, and then they lessen their activity, and of course, then it's all over. So, well, it's not all over, but, you know, it's difficult to then get the momentum back. So our intention is to come alongside you, to put our arm around you, to say, come on, let's do this together, and we can make this happen. And it will happen. There's no question if we focus and do what we need to do on a step-by-step basis. So let's just move on now. And Gordon, there's something quite exciting that we've got also, which has just been launched. This is by the company. Can you tell us a little bit about the customer portal?
Yes, certainly, James. This is a, if you like, an initiative that's been launched by the company, and the reasoning and logic behind it is quite interesting. You know, I think if we look at the online businesses that are being run out there, I mean, you know, one that springs to mind is Amazon. You know, Amazon has no kind of shops. They're totally online, and, you know, they've built a massive business worldwide. And one of the things that is kind of peculiar to Amazon, that is unique in many ways and has led the way, customers are allowed to go in and alter and place their own orders online. And, you know, as a company, Juice Plus have recognized that this is an important factor, because, you know, if I look at my own situation, I mean, there's not a day goes by without Michelle having a delivery from Amazon in some kind of way. No, I'm only joking. But the guys know our address so well, because, you know, they do have a number of deliveries coming here on a regular basis.
Amazon sales drop when we move when we're in.
But so let's look at the logic from a company point of view. So what the Juice Plus company want to do is that if you can get a customer and you can hook them in using the customer portal, where they can alter, they can order, they can look at the shop, and they can see what else is available, then perhaps they're going to order more products. So it's not just a one-off order, it's going to be a repeat order that's going to be continuous, and you may even get an additional order as and when they are ready to order, or even that they recommend to one of their particular clients or contacts and that type of thing. So that's very exciting. The other thing about the customer portal is once your customers have registered, then what the company will do is they will send them a series of healthy tips and some ideas to their mobile, so that they can actually then see that there's an added value, if you like, to being on the Juice Plus kind of products, because it's not just about us shipping a box, it's about us creating and helping them to create a lifestyle that's going to maintain whatever objectives they had for actually buying that box of Juice Plus or Complete in the first place. So that's going to be a massive added value. As I said, they will actually get access to the shop so that they can actually order other products. They will also get the ability to share the information on Facebook, which will then get us access to their Facebook pages and all the rest of it. And there was something went out today that was asking everybody that was registered as a customer to just to let them know that there's a disclaimer there in terms of the information that Juice Plus are not going to share that with financial services information. They're not going to give your name away to loads of different people. So it's important that we encourage our customers to do that. If you don't have a wellness coordinator in place, if you're not regularly in contact with your customer, we believe it's a great opportunity to actually get them registered on there and start to interact with them. The one thing that you probably still need to do is keep in contact with them regularly, because if they do decide to change their order frequency, then the first that you'll know about it is when at the end of the month you're expecting that order to go out and it doesn't go out because the customer has actually altered that. So you need to still keep in touch with them. But I see it as a massive positive. The take up has been very slow at the moment, and I think that's because a lot of groups perhaps are not actually in touch with their customers. So we as a kind of Aquila group, that's been our USP. 95% of our customers repeat every month. We're a capsule customer business. So it's very important to encourage your customers to register with that customer portal.
Great. Well, look, thank you very much indeed. I mean, as you were talking, I was thinking to myself, what an amazing opportunity this is to connect with our customers. And of course, it shows again the extraordinary position we're in as a company by we're so customer focused. There's no other company out there like us. So I think this is hugely exciting, and I can see the ramifications of this. If we can really move forward with this effectively, the ramifications are massive for us and for everyone, really. We're looking at customers staying with us for years. It's like a pension for life, this. So managed correctly, and this is perfect. All right, so
I'm actually going to a meeting tomorrow, James, with my oldest customer, who is actually going on to 19 and a half years old in my business. I've had a customer for 19 and a half years.
I love that. And how would you know them? Did you know them before, or?
Yeah. The particular chap was introduced to me via someone else, actually, and I did a presentation to him at his office, and he went on the products and has been on the products ever since, and it's been amazing.
And does he look good as a result of being on it and everything?
Yeah. Well, he's still alive.
But it's amazing, though. But it's amazing when people have been on Juice Plus for so long. It is very, very noticeable. It is extraordinary. Yeah, so that's great. Well done. That's very exciting.
He runs one of these. He's a franchisee for one of these companies who do the best of. The best of.
Yeah.
So he's very successful from that point.
All right. Well, that's great. So look, then we're also just going to talk very quickly about the Omega. Now, the new Omega product, of course, is. Being received so well. It's already a huge hit. We're all taking it now, aren't we? As certainly sales coordinators and above, we're allowed to have it. And I'm absolutely loving it. I mean, absolutely love. I mean, in actual fact, I look at the capsule, you know, of all of the different colours, and I look at what we've got, and I think we've got a world beater here. What we've got is just extraordinary. So, okay, so, you know, we're in the early days with it, but, you know, people are getting great results. But this Wednesday evening, Sue Worrell is going to be doing a special Zoom call about all of our products, including the Omega. So have a look at the Aquila page, and all the details are there. And Sue is fantastic. I mean, this will be literally like going to the factory and listening to one of the top scientists taking us through everything about the product. It will be extraordinary, and it will build all of our belief beyond all imagination. So not that we need it anymore, but I just love listening to all of these things over and over again. So that will be so good, and particularly good for the new people as well. Good. All right. So that's very exciting. And of course, we've got another product coming up next year, the Tower Garden. We won't be talking about any more about that, but that's something, again, which has got such gigantic potential. All right. So the next thing we want to talk about is we're going to talk about our next celebrity call. Now, we know that we do these once a month, and we always speak to people who are having, you know, particular success, because we can learn so much from it, and every single one is always so amazing. And Gordon said to me, he said, James, we must have Callie Jenkins on. We must. Now tell me, Gordon, why, just so that everybody can get an understanding of this, because you know, you were saying to me that there's some very impressive things going on for her with her business at the moment. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I thought Michelle was going to kind of do this, and
well, that's right. But you recommended it to me. Michelle's going to be is going to be interviewing her. But tell us why you.
Well, particularly, I mean, the thing about Callie Jenkins that really stands out first and foremost is that she's the very first presidential marketing director in Wales. She built a business effectively online. So the first time I ever met her at a meeting was her very first meeting, and she was already an EMD when she came to this meeting, and she'd never been to a meeting before. So, you know, that was very impressive. But the most important thing is that she's continued to build a massive business, and she's now the first person in the UK to have actually managed to share her knowledge and build a qualified national marketing director in the Dubai Emirates countries. And she's done this, and this has only just started in January of this year. So from the 22nd of January, from a standing start, they've actually built a QNMD business in less than 5 months.
Wow.
So she's got a lot to share in terms of information.
Yeah. So that's really going to be absolutely fascinating. So, and Michelle is going to be interviewing Callie on that evening. So that really will be fascinating. And
that's the 19th of June. Put that in your diaries. 19th of June, 8:30. Yeah. I'm really excited about interviewing Callie. She's just a very humble, very ordinary girl. She'll tell her story, but you know, Callie came into the business because she wanted to earn a little bit of extra money, and that was all. I mean, she didn't have a big vision when she first came in, and it was just about she was working as an assistant barmaid at a golf club, and she just needed a little bit extra. And what she's managed to build, you know, she went NMD in 4 months. She then went on to IMD the following month. I mean, she's built an incredible business, and I am really excited to speak to her and hear her golden nuggets that we can all learn from.
Great. Well, thank you. So there we go, everyone. We're 9 o'clock. So, you know, we've covered everything, I think. If you've got any particular questions, now is the time just to bring your questions on. So,
James, just further afield, I've actually booked another training day, distributor training and prospective distributor training day on Sunday the 3rd of September at the Buckinghamshire Golf Club.
Oh, that'll be amazing.
Yeah, so once the summer's over, it'll be a great way of actually getting everyone back focused again for the autumn period. And, you know, we start off at the beginning of the month, which will be fantastic as well.
Great. Okay, well, I think that's it, everyone, for this evening. We've got, obviously, a fantastic day coming up on Sunday, and we really look forward to seeing you there. I mean, I flew all the way to Orlando initially to learn about the company, and this Sunday, all we need to do is go to Gatwick, so that's not very difficult. So we look forward to seeing everybody on Sunday, and we'll all be speaking. So, yeah. Okay, everyone. Well, thank you very much indeed, and we'll send out the recording.
Bye.
Take care.
Joining us.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.